G'day fellas, welcome back to another casted game. This one, my friends, is a Hausa mirror between Mitoe, spawning in the north of the map playing on the color teal, and his opponent, not Mother Nature, it's AgeOfKiller, in the south of the map playing on the color orange. If you didn't see the first game, we had Hausa versus Ethiopia with Mitoe playing the Ethiopians. In this game, it looks like we've got a mirror. We've got a wonderful little treasure down here towards the south that AgeOfKiller's attempting to take. It looks like he may have bitten off more than he can chew as the black bears begin to beat on his berated body. How's that for some alliteration? That was pretty good. Black bears begin to beat on the... I can't remember what I said, but it was good. It was good. AgeOfKiller going to be losing a lot of HP off the Explorer, though, down to 110 HP. He's going to be picking up a Villager, which is you know, nothing to sniff at. That's pretty decent. If you could trade your Explorer for a Villager in the early game, like hypothetically, let's think about it from the perspective. If your opponent could deny you a Villager or kill a Villager and lose their Explorer, would they do it? Hell yeah, they would do that. That is an absolutely great trade. I would take that every day of the week. So, I mean, it's not that bad. And he's still got the Explorer to, still not, you know, doing too bad. So let's take a look at what his build order is. So it looks like he's sold one cow. Actually, I think he might have sold 2 cows for wood, dropping down a hut, dropping down a granary. He's also dropping down a trading post as well. We take a look over at his opponent, not Mother Nature. It is indeed Mitoe. So Mitoe still retaining both of his, or all of his cattle, but looks like he's actually going to be doing a 12-10, selling a cattle now once it hit 200 wood. So going to be dropping down a hut, doing it at the last second. I do like this play, Mitoe. I think this is a great play. So neither player opting for an early university. Mitoe getting all those villagers in queue now. So neither player opting for a university. This is a relatively good map to university on. You can actually drop a university right there. There we go. Never mind. So it looks like Mitoe's going to be dropping down a university. Curiously, I don't know why he's dropped it here. If he just dropped it slightly further, he would be able to intersect with the Cree. But I guess we'll find out a little bit more. He's down to 1 Sangha cattle. Now, this has actually just come in from the home city. You can see that his rates are very low, 51%, 31%. We take a look over at AgeOfKiller, and AgeOfKiller is at 71%, 32%. So he's got a couple more cows there, and doing a great job of just scouting around the map, and just picking everything up. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this game, man. I am looking forward to this. This is so exciting to be able to watch this. I'm a big fan of these African civilizations, and I tell you what, the Hausa in particular are very fun when it comes to base building. I'm a big fan of Mitoe's build order, so the fact that he's opened up with a university, I like it a lot. You can see he's got it trickling on experience, 1.5 experience. He's going to be going up now with the Hausa, so going up with that Hausa builder and the 300 wood. This is somewhat standard. There are other options. You can go up with the Moroccans as well, which give experience. It looks like his Explorer is going to be dropping down this trading post here. So trading post is going to be doing... interestingly, one of the things to note, though, is if you drop down this trading post here and your university is in reach of it, you're actually going to be getting more XP per second from this trading post than you would from this trading post. And on top of that, it would also be trickling influence as well at the actual trading post. And then you'd get the extra XP from the university. So something to keep in mind. We see that Mitoe now picking up that first hunting upgrade. AgeOfKiller now going to be sending in the palace, so quite a standard build order we've seen him do. Dropping down a second trading post as well. Let's see where he places this palace, whether we see it in the middle of the map. I suspect we're probably going to see it somewhere around here. AgeOfKiller is a big fan of going a bit more aggressive, and that's exactly where he's going. So liking to play aggressive, I do like this. Take control of the map with the Hausa. You obviously get this early palace out as quickly as possible. He's going to be able to take this trading post, going to be able to deny it from Mitoe potentially. We do see the range on it is quite high, so he's going to be able to use this kind of like an aggro fort, like an India player would use an aggro fort. Mitoe now reaching up to the second age, going to be getting that second upgrade for the villagers, sending in the 4 villagers as well from the home city. He's already picked up this trading post. I'm going to be scouting out his opponent as well, just finding 40 coin in the base. He's found a granary, going to be continuing down, spot the livestock market. Not a lot you can really tell from this. Your best bet is probably looking at your opponent's deck. So keep in mind he's aged up now, dropping down the war camp in the base, picking up that 300 wood as well, so not too bad. A villager beginning to move out. I'm not sure exactly what this villager is looking to achieve. Maybe a potential wall. Maybe looking to get this hunt in. I'm not sure exactly where it's going. It's going down here. I think he's just realized now, okay, I don't know what this villager is doing. and these villages as well. So might have just been on a little bit of a bad route, perhaps. But now trading up some raiders, and take a look how quickly these raiders get trained. These guys are very, very quick to train. So raiders in a House of Mirror, I think it's very bold for him to do this, and the reason why is because the Hausa have got access to the Javelin Rider. Javelin Rider is a Dragoon unit. Now, they're not as fast as the Raiders. Raiders are actually faster than the Javelin Riders, but they're still going to be able to chase them around the map. We see that this trading post is on tokens of influence. Now, you're going to be able to access your tokens of influence as an option for you, and we've got more raiders now coming out for Age of Killer. So you're able to access the tokens of influence from an unupgraded trade route, even though there is Stagecoach coming in behind this. So Mitoe doing a good job of managing to pull his units back to safety without losing too many. Explorer just firing off a couple of shots. Raiders getting produced at the base, and some, Javelin Riders now coming out for Age of Killer. So this is, I guess, a curious start. Both players starting Raiders. Maybe that's the meta, or going to be the meta in these House of Mirrors, where we do see players both go for Raiders. And both players looking to engage here. It looks like Mitoe is going to be able to pull it out ahead with slightly more numbers. But we do see the Raiders beginning to trade out relatively efficiently. But now Mitoe beginning to overwhelm. But the Javelins are coming in. Age of Killer, unfortunately, engaging slightly too early. I would have loved to have seen him engage maybe 10 seconds later with these Javelin Riders behind. Would have been able to keep snares on his opponent's Raiders. But now we see these Raiders and the Explorers going to be able to get pulled to safety. Explorer coming out just to you know, poke a little bit of fun there. More Javelin Riders now on the back line. 700 wood going to be coming in behind this as well. We'll take a look over at Mitoe. Mitoe going to be sending in Ganachi. So Ganachi is going to allow him to train the Akan and Kobia from the War Hut, or the War Camp. So you can see right now he doesn't have access to this. This is a native ally. But when he sends this card, he's going to gain access to it. It's going to cost population. It's a musketeer unit, and he's going to be able to utilize it in the same way, you know, any other civilization would be able to utilize their own musketeer unit. We can see it's a slightly more expensive musketeer unit. Now, it does have an area of effect attack. So when it fires, you can see the units here, because it uses an old musket, it's got an area of effect attack. Now, I know that Fitzbro's in the chat at the moment probably saying that it's a trash unit and that it was a big mistake for him to do this. But let's see what he's up to. He's got double war camps now that he's training these out. So he could be looking at a timing push to try and break this. When it comes to Siege, there's not a lot of options that Hausa have got in the early game. Raiders are basically their primary option for Siege. But they obviously get countered by the Javelin Riders. So if he's looking to potentially siege down this fort, then it could be a decent option for him to do that. He's got 15 Akan and Kobia out. Now, I'm just going to be calling them... I don't even know what I call them. Maybe just call them Ankobias. Because Akan and Kobia is a little bit of a mouthful. So 15 Ankobias out at the moment. Also going to be sending in that 700 coin. Let's take a look at Age of Killer. We'll see exactly what he's up to. So sending in the 4 villagers from the home city. Sitting on 23 villagers at the moment compared to Mitoe, who's on 26. Now, Mitoe has already sent those 4 villagers in. So we do expect that Age of Killer is going to eclipse him when it comes to his economy. Not to mention that Age of Killer's also got 3 TP Stagecoach as well, compared to Mitoe with just the 1 TP Stagecoach. And now we do indeed see him beginning to try and break this forward base. A lot of Javelin Riders here. Now, the Javelin Riders are going to have a difficult time, considering that there's muskets out right now. A couple of levied gunners getting popped out, so these guys are basically Minutemen. You can see the stats on them are pretty much identical to Minutemen. Unfortunately, they do lose their health, but they lose it very slowly compared to a normal Minuteman. And Age of Killer is really in a position where he's just going to make the decision. Do I commit here? Do I try and force my opponent back here? He begins to move up, but you can just see the Ankobia are trading quite well with the Javelins. And Mitoe very happy to try and take this fight. The palace is now getting down to 1,296 hit points. Another palace being created at the back by the Emir. And it looks like Mitoe's going to have to walk away at the moment with his tail between his legs. We see Mitoe's score beginning to eclipse Age of Killer, up about 2k score at this point in time. So Mitoe doing a great job of just taking control of the game. More Javelin Riders now coming out. A total of 13 Javelin Riders, and I think Age of Killer's falling into this trap where he's just making Javelin Riders. You really do need to pair them with the Fulani Archers. Fulani Archers are really going to give you the leverage that you need to deal with this, because the problem is going to be that when it comes to dealing with these guys, you're not going to be able to take them head-to-head unless you've got those Fulani Archers. We do now see Fulani Archers getting sent from the home city. 5 more Javelin Riders coming out. Let's tune back in with Mitoe, see what he's got. And he's going up to Age 3 behind this, going up with the Akan. So I think he actually went up with Akan last time as well. So definitely favoring the Akan. Maybe for, I would say for their native techs. But Actually, did he go up with the Khan last time? Maybe I'm imagining things. I'm not too sure. But, you know, one of the things to note is that he had access to a lot of native technologies last time, and he didn't utilize them potentially in the way that he could. So let's watch and see if he chooses to take that route. So going to be continuing now to traverse the map. Let's see, he brings out the Explorer. Explorer's coming in, going to be intently taking this trading post. More raiders now looking to take control of the map. We see that he knows where these granaries are, so he knows where the herds are going to be, so he knows where the villagers are going to be, spotting those villagers out. Now looking like he's going to get trapped here. There's levied gunners getting called. More levied gunners getting called. A whole batch of levied gunners. Fulani archers getting up nice and close and personal. A bit curious right here. Age up happening, so not the right timing. These guys get auto upgraded to elite. And now the Javelin Riders are looking like they're in a pretty decent position here. And I'm pretty confident Mitoe is going to get cleaned up here by AgeOfKiller. Levied Gunners in behind here. These are the Minutemen. Remember, we talked about this. And look at the size of the muskets on these bad boys right here. They're firing off. They should be having an area of effect attack, but definitely going to be able to repel this attack. Javelin Rider doing a great job, and Mitoe has now taken the second trading post, but the question is, for how much longer is this trading post going to stand? Because AgeOfKiller is definitely in a little bit more of a tempo swing than his opponent now. Check out the shipments that we've got coming in. 5 Lafidi into 4 Lafidi for Mitoe, so he knows what he's doing. He says, you know what, you stay in Age 2, that's fine. I'm going to ship back-to-back Lafidis, and these guys are absolute menaces. Now, we talked about these in the last game we casted. Dual resistances, so they've got the 15% melee resist, 30% range resist, 529 hit points, and that's not even with the elite upgrade. So keep in mind the elite upgrade now coming in now, elite hand cavalry. When that comes in, these guys are going to be doing absolute insane amounts of damage and attack, or going to have a lot of tankiness to them as well. So have a look at the stats now. 575, 26 attacks, so getting 4 more attack, plenty more hit points. And he's going to be having more Lafidi riders that he's training as well. Oh my gosh, he loves these Lafidi riders, it seems. These guys are actually so strong that they can go toe-to-toe with the Javelin Riders. So unless AgeOfKiller really builds up that nice mass of Javelin Riders, he's going to be in a difficult spot. But one of the things to note, AgeOfKiller is now going up to the Fortress Age with the Berbers, a great choice. Going up with and using Timbuktu, this is going to increase, or rather decrease, the time it takes for him to age up. One of the things that Mitoe hasn't been doing is utilizing that bonus. So we do see it's here, Timbuktu manuscript. So he's aging up the long way, essentially. But he has been using a lot of his influence on making those native units. So the Berbers here are going to be particularly strong. And the reason why is because the Berbers actually counter cavalry incredibly effectively. So 14 elite Lafidi Knights now for Mitoe. This is looking like a force to be reckoned with, that is for sure. And we take a look at AgeOfKiller. AgeOfKiller going to be aging up now. No military forces out with the exception of 5 raiders out on the map. He's raiding his opponent right now. Some javelins out here as well. He needs to get back. He's got a palace up here to the north, but it's not really doing much. Two more universities in the base, rather. Town center getting sieged. Here come the Berbers. The Berbers pop out towards the north. Elite Berber Camel Riders. I think I said Bourbon. Elite Bourbon Camel Riders. There are 9 villages in this town center, and it looks like AgeOfKiller's just resigned. He's called it right there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You get to hear that beautiful music at the end of the game, that beautiful sound. Congratulations. Go over to Mitoe. Guys, if you've enjoyed this game, make sure you leave a like on the channel. If you think that I missed anything, make sure you drop a comment. And if you're interested in getting your hands on the DLC, then on August 2nd is the date that it drops. I want you guys to click that link in the description over to the Steam page where you can get the DLC. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.